Okay, back down in the shop again. We think this is going to be close to the final episode. Maybe, maybe not. Everything on the bike is done. I don't know if you can see the new headlights, freaking awesome. We tested it out. Everything electrically works good. Now, for what everybody's been waiting for, almost, the reveal is going to come soon. But we're going to start bike setup. So first thing we're going to do on this bike is we're going to set the sag. EveRide's on his way up from St. George. He's not here yet, so we're going to start with my fat... Stop right there. We're not going to go so far as my brother or the dirty Italian. We're going to start with me. But what we're going to do, I'll bring the camera over here. To set up sag, you have to take an unloaded measurement. And we're going to use the center of the axle, or you can use just right on the top of the axle here is fine. And a vertical point if you go straight up. And now we've got these really awesome racks. There's actually a nice flat spot right here on the front of the rack. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide that tape measure down here, set it right on top of the axle, measure up at the top of the rack, and we've got exactly 25.5 inches. Okay, 25.5 inches. And what we're looking for on this DRZ is we're going to set it at 85 millimeters of sag, which means when we get the bike down on the ground, we get on top of it, jump up and down, let it settle, and take the measurement in that same place. We want the bike to drop 85 millimeters, which was the equivalent of about 3 3/8 inches. Right now it's sagging more than that, so we know we're going to have to increase the preload on the spring. If you remember, there were 2 collars on the top of the spring. We're going to tighten them down until we get that 85 millimeter of sag, and then we'll go to the next step after that. So we're going to kind of adjust it until we get a measurement of 25.5 inches minus 3 3/8 inches. I'll figure all that out in just a minute. And then we'll start showing you how to start to set up your basic settings for compression. And we'll go that next step in just a minute. Okay, we had Rojo and the dirty Italian over there kind of dry humping this thing. So here we go. We're going to do some saggage. So what we're going to do is I'm going to jump up on top of the bike. You got your tape measure. Craig's going to hold it. I'm going to jump up and down, try to be as even as I can. Okay, and then he's going to measure. We're going to see where it starts at. I think we're looking for 22 1/8. 21 1/4. So we've got to go almost a full inch, get this back end up a full inch. So we're going to start tightening this spring down, and then we'll recheck it here after we make some adjustments on it. It did feel very low to me. Go. Okay, we've got the sag set now. What we ended up doing, because I don't have all my riding gear on, and EveRide is probably close to my same weight, but we needed to compensate a little bit for not having the extra weight of riding gear. So instead of going 22 1/8, which would be an 85 millimeter sag, we actually went to 22 1/4, which is like maybe what, 80 millimeters or something like that. So just a little bit stiffer on the back end, because when you add weight that will drop a bit. So next thing we need to do is we need to set up some initial compression settings. And the way to do that is I'm going to jump on top of the bike, I'm going to jump up and down and see if the back sags down more than the front. If that happens, then the back is too soft and the front is too stiff, or basically we'll have to decide which way we want to go. Usually I like to go softer to start with rather than firmer, so I'm going to jump up and down and see, and if it goes level, then our initial settings are good to start riding. But if the front end is not going down as even as the back, then I'll probably soften up the compression on the front until that happens. So we're going to take a quick little test here. Just going to jump on top of the bike. Now I'm just going to jump up and down and kind of see what happens. Okay. What did it look like to you, Tyler? It looked like the back was going down more? Felt like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the back is a little soft compared to the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the compression adjusters on the front of the bike and I'm going to loosen them, probably 2 or 3 clicks each. and then we'll test it again. I might even have to firm up the back just a little bit to get it close. So we'll go ahead and cut the camera for a second, and then we'll test it again. So what I did is I loosened the front compression 4 clicks. Let's retest it. Might have to go up on compression on the back. We'll just kind of see here. It's a lot better.
Perfect.
Pretty close.
Oh yeah.
Okay, to me the back still feels a little soft. I'm going to go up 1 click on the back. Check it one more time. There we go. Get that out here. How's it look, Rojo?
It's very good.
Okay, so
Looks like you're standing right in the middle there.
So basically, that's our basic setup. You want to be able to jump up and down the bike, have the front and the back sag about the same. That means it's going to be pretty even with the weight that we have on it. Now what we need to do is we need to go out and ride it. And ride it over some whoops, hit some berms, ride it on some choppy stuff, and then we'll just start tweaking and tuning from there. But that's what you can do in your shop. You can just get a basic setup with setting your sag right, starting to adjust your front and rear compression clickers until you get it nice and even, and then you go from there. So stay tuned for tomorrow. We'll go out riding and we'll fine tune a little bit, and we'll tell you what our final adjustments were. So stay tuned, it's getting close.
Why is he driving so slow?
He's freaking flogging that thing, man.
I taught him everything he knows, really.
Let's see this. Yes, I'm glad you say that. Oh my gosh, dude, it looks so good.
That's what happens when your ass comes over your head.
That was so close to an endo,
I'll
man.
show you how to do it on the KLR real quick. Watch this. Stay tuned, folks.